Our government's team's goal is to fund space exploration and technologies in order to create a society where there's going to be security and education in society. Moving on to the bottle. In our world, we are going to fund space exploration and technologies by encouraging governments to cooperate internationally with others and to use resources that we have in our society. The clarifications for today's debate. First of all, space exploration and technologies on our side. Judge, we believe in our society funding for space exploration and technologies is a justified action to take a risk. Because space exploration could lead to an advanced materials, communication technology, medical innovation, and energy technology, and etc., we believe if the opposition team doesn't aggressively fund to the space exploration and technologies, we believe that the opposition team's innovation or development will be less and lower than our side, which is the reason why our society has more benefits than the opposition team. Second of all, what is aggressively funding on our side? On our side, the government is trying to use the resources that the country has and not take away the citizens' tax money. So, Madam Speaker, the opposition team can state that in a society we aren't caring about the economic benefit. However, just to point it out in today's debate, our team is not going to take away citizens' tax or other economic values. However, we are going to use the resources that we already own right now, and we are going to let the government internationally cooperate with other space exploration countries where we can actually fund each other for better space exploration and technologies. Moving on to the arguments. Our first argument is about the national security. The premise is that in an era of increasing global insecurity and technological advancements, maintaining national security is a top priority for the governments worldwide. Space-based assets play a crucial role in modern defense and intelligence operations, providing essential communication, surveillance, and early warning capabilities that are integral to safeguarding a nation's interests. So the mechanism is that by aggressively funding space exploration and technologies, a country can drive the development of advanced satellite systems, space-based sensors, and etc., and other critical assets that actually enhance its ability to monitor and defend against potential threats from adversaries. And we believe that this is extremely important, and we believe that both sides will agree on this point. So these space assets enable secure communication channels for military operations, enhance surveillance capabilities for intelligence gathering, and deliver early warning systems to detect and respond to emerging risks in various domains. So the technology derived from space exploration can also contribute into the development of innovative defense systems, cybersecurity measures, and etc. that bolster a nation's overall resilience. And why is this actually space exploration so important? So the space exploration benefits individuals by fostering scientific innovation, inspiring curiosity, and expanding our understanding of the universe, is ultimately leading to technological advancements that improve our daily lives. So the impact of investing in space exploration on national security is profound and far-reaching. By developing and maintaining technological superiority in space-based assets, a country can effectively protect its citizens, territories, and its interests from diverse security threats, such as cyber attacks and etc. And we believe that the opposition team would not be able to do this because they're not actually funding the most important thing that will actually be able to help their citizens' protection. So moving on to the second argument, which is the economic benefits. The premise is that the space exploration has long been a driver of scientific innovation and technological progress, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and expanding our understanding of the universe. Beyond the realm of scientific discovery, space exploration has significant implications for individuals on Earth, as it fosters a curiosity, inspires awe and wonder, and actually etc. And moving on the mechanism, which is the through the pursuit of space exploration, scientists and engineers are compelled to develop cutting-edge technologies, materials, and actually methodologies to overcome the challenges of venturing into space. The quest to explore the cosmos spurs innovation in areas such as robotics and material science and communication technologies, leading to tangible advancements that find its application in various sectors on Earth. Furthermore, the collaborative nature of space exploration fosters more research and knowledge sharing, creating a fertile ground for more ideas. Thank you.
Judge, should I say in a world where the finance is bad and also other alternatives are not alternatives? Just this is a world you can live in if you vote for the other side. So straight to our criteria, Judge, our criteria is to achieve a world where the economy is well and safe and good government is provided for society, family, and more sectors. In our debate right now, the definite our goal is our stance is our stance is focused on why Why support it when private companies are already doing that and the status quo and the info slide that we were given for this debate? Judge, stakeholders is the society, charities, families, children, space explorers. Also, the principle of our debate, our case, is that our principle is to reach wealthy and helping society as well as a world where the government does its jobs. The context is right now, Judge. Right now, space programs are already funded around $300,000 a month worldwide. Why provide more when private companies are already donating more to them? So, Judge, straight to our first reason. Our first reason is finance. Judge, space programs already funded $300,000 a month, as I said. Judge, the prop is saying we should donate. That's not reasonable. The fact that they don't tell us where to get money means they cannot support their side. And if they're going to use Yes.
Didn't we literally mention about the point where we literally use the resources that we already own, not gain taxes from the citizens?
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you right there. So you said that we're gonna use resources. However, how are you gonna fund it by resources? If funding means you guys are gonna use the money to actually move the resources or use the resources. Okay? So moving on to it's a democracy. No taxation without representation. Judge. Our reasoning is, Judge, it's not that space programs are not funded enough. They're funded more than enough. But Judge, again, opposition stand is why are we funding it more if they're already getting funded? The evidence is that, Judge, as I said before, a lot of money is already $300,000 is already being donated to them. And in the info site or in this episode, it did say that the private companies are already donating to these people, right, Judge? So often that's why opposition is much better. Ops plan is to use about government regulating, not aggressive funding. Government should focus on helping their citizens and charity more than focusing on space programs. The impact that they could give us is a bad economy, a bad world. No. So our second reason is about other alternatives. Judge, the fact that the opposition doesn't care about other funding programs is not affordable. The prop doesn't want to donate that money, and that is going to the economy that is left over from donating from space programs to charity or donation. Also, the fact that the private companies are already doing it is more supporting our site in the info site, right, Judge? The reasoning is that private companies already, again, is donating money to space exploration, and such as these donation of fundraisers on GoFundMe's already working. Why should the government donate more aggressively to these people that don't even need it and it's not necessary? So my evidence is that name is scenario. Bobby Bob got $300. He has the choice to rather donate to charity or a space program. But it's unnecessary to donate to space programs because space programs are already succeeding so much, right, Judge? Space programs have rockets. Every single country has a successful space program, right, Judge? Then why should we pay more? So Bobby Bob donates to charity because it's better of a cost, which we will prove throughout this debate, Judge. The impact of this would give the charity more money or more societal benefit, which is the opposition side is claiming that they give. Judge, our side clearly provides more society benefit. Thank you for listening to the speech.
Before I even start my debate, please take a note that they didn't even have a correct characterization and didn't even have a characterization of what aggressive funding is in their side, and we will believe that they will follow the characterization of aggressive funding in our side. Panel, government side in today's debate puts a focus on the long-term benefits when we will develop the space exploration system. Opposition thinks that aggressively forcing citizens to pay taxes and we are using those taxes to develop space exploration. However, the government acknowledges the fact that some people might be very unhappy with the idea, so I say we'll use the resources that we already own and not try to touch the new taxes that the society pays. By these, our society won't lose public trust in the first place and also develop the economy by dividing each department. Moving on to my rebuttals, they mentioned about they are already succeeding. How that's why we have so much since we have so much little left to develop, that's why we should start giving boost ups in order to give success criteria in the end of the day. We believe that in success criteria, such could happen as it's not 1 minute yet. Please check the time. Please check the time limit. Moving on to going back to my speech, I think there could be a lot of success criteria in today's debate. As such, such as students develop into scientists as they grow up when they're seeing this new experiences, which will be further explained in my arguments. As you see, if it's really that close to succeeding in the first place, we think that it's much more better to believe in our side, which is aggressively funding, and we think that that's more beneficial than what government is totally proving what government is proving in today's debate. Moving on to add-on. Yes.
So our eyes that you said that we're gonna try to fund something that's already not developed, but as our fellow said, it's already developed and private companies are already donating much money. So why are you trying to make the government aggressively fund them if they already have enough money?
Okay, panel, opposition side is not listening to our speeches. We were literally explaining about the point how government could be the speed up boost gears to actually make them develop and end up in a good way. This could later on go on to good criteria as it's going to be mentioned in my arguments. So we believe that the LO is not listening to our speech in the first place, and we believe that we bring this point home. Moving on to add-ons, our first argument is about national security. Investing in space exploration allows a country to develop and maintain technological superiority, which is crucial for national security. Space-based assets such as are vital for communication and early warning systems such can protect against threats to national security. Second argument was about economic benefits. The space industry has the own potential to create a high-paying jobs, drive to technological innovation, and stimulate economic growth. By funding programs like NASA or partnering with private space companies, the government can spur economic development and remain competitive in the global market. If these two arguments stand, why would our team win? The government team would win because on the benefits of space exploration by effectively showcasing how investments in space exploration foster scientific innovation, inspire curiosity, and lead to tangible technological advancement with real-world application. Moving on to our final arguments about our team's final argument is about inspiration of education. Before moving on by this argument, our side wants to create a society where students who are interested in science or any other subjects related to science could effectively see and learn and view experiences just different from looking at telescopes. So we believe that our final arguments will be able to give equal chances to students that actually want to learn in a more efficient way. Moving on, we think that opposition side is being immoral to students that are interested in science or space exploration. For example, students who like art and want to serve art as their career could win in the contest and fly all the way to France and to just look at an artwork and learn about them. We're about the culture or other things that's going to be inspiring. Yes, the opposition side might say that they could simply go to museums nearby to get inspiration. That's literally the same for any other subjects panel. The rate of inspiration gets different where they see a high quality and the art and experience will later lead to big economic benefits, as Hannah mentioned. So how is this developing the beneficial for students? We believe the inspiration that could only happen inside government, and we will make these students grow into big people. Learning and taking notes and developing them with help from adults will make critical thinking happen and develop, and that's when big scientists come from. More developed ideas can come up, and a more developed society could be made by developing the idea of outside government. We see that we're the ones that actually need to bring this debate on part of our post.
Sure. Do you want to live in a world that the government is just focusing on the space company? Just what will happen to this economy? It'll be a huge chaos. Just, do you think that's the only company that is standing in that country is the only space? No, there's other companies too. So the props world is gonna take a huge damage, but in our world, it's gonna take less damage, but it's gonna be a balanced economy. Before moving on to our team's last argument, we're gonna say the rebuttals to the other teams. So the other team's first argument was about national security, right? So they said learning about space and learning about the outer things and about the invasion. They said like we can be secure by defending it. But what will happen while we are searching and while we're looking at the space? It's gonna take a lot of time by just searching about the space, outer space that we don't know a lot. We don't know anything about the space at today too. We believe that we have a lot of knowledge, but it isn't. We need to still know more about the space. Moving to the second rebuttal. The second rebuttal was about economy benefit.
Ma'am.
No, thank you. They talk about economy benefits, right? So they talk about technology like getting benefits. Yes, technology is also important to the economy. But do you think technology is only the economy that's standing on the country? No, there are other economy like food, money, for food, living, or etc. But they are only talking about technology. But how? Why? Their school foods need to be provided in this role. Judge.
POI, ma'am.
Yes.
They mentioned you guys mentioned that we know nothing about science, but isn't that the reason why we should develop them? What about your side do to make them make science develop in the first place?
Like I never said science about space. You believe in that book, like we know about the 8 planets, right? But we don't know anything that is around the planet. We need to search more about the planets. We need to search more about the outer space too. Moving on. So moving on to the third speaker. The third speaker said they're not listening to us. Sure. The fact our POI was about again the private company are already the boost, the more is needed. Now, moving to our team's last argument. Our team's last argument is about government. The government has a responsibility of this country, right? But this will be a failing to the country shop in the process situation. The government is only focusing on the space work, like I said in my introduction. They're going to get focused only on that. But just is that the only country that is that the only company that in the country? No, it isn't. There are other companies too. Just focus on one company giving money and making a telescope or a spaceship that is useless to the Earth. But just other company like food company, it's going to provide us food, which is something very useful. For example, let's give the comparison. Let's say you're the government judge. Would just give the money to space company to study some planets that we can live in, or provide to a food company that gives us something to survive. I repeat this today, it's gonna be a survival to us. What do you choose to survive? Of course, the food company, right? Like these, if one company get ruined, then there's a possibility like that economy get ruined. This includes a huge government responsibility. Therefore, we told our teams rebuttal and told our teams last argument would. And I'm very proud to oppose. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, the opposition society is literally creating a society where there are less innovation from the space exploration and only thinking about the economic benefit that they can get. However, our team is continuously saying about the importance of the space innovation rather than the economic society, because we believe that in our society we can benefit the economic society while having innovation of space exploration, which we believe that we are better society than the opposite of society, which is the reason why we take this debate home. So before I move on to the questions, I'll move on to the rebuttal. So the first speaker said that in the current status quo, the space exploration has been funded, which is enough. However, our team believes that the current fund is not enough, and we have to give more funding in order to make advanced space exploration, in order to have more innovation and more information that we have that I will prove in the clash. And also the first speaker has mentioned about that we never clarify how we will get money for funding. However, Judge, we believe that the first speaker the opposition side haven't listened to our first speaker clarification and model, because we have clarified that our team is going to earn money by resource that's already owned in our society by using the funding in order to give it to the company, and we are going to use intervention and cooperation with other company and country in order to make advance space technology. And they have explained in the introduction that we do not know anything about science on state. That is literally what they say. Our team has explained why this space exploration is so important for the individual and the society as a whole. If they do not know anything about science, we should improve it. So without any clarification, I'll move on to the two classes that I'm here for today. So moving on to the first class, which side creates a better society where there will be more innovation with space exploration? Of course, our side, Judge. In the opposition society, they say they are retaining the status quo because the space exploration funding is already done. We believe that not the funding of the space exploration is not money done. And Mr. Speaker, don't you think that if we start funding
funding a lot for space exploration.
This is the last
We'll
chance.
a lot of possibility of innovation of space exploration. Josh, we certainly take this cash home because of the opportunity. Thanks that the current society funding is for companies enough. We believe that we take this cash home. So our team is repeatedly saying about the importance of space exploration. So why is it important of the innovation of the space exploration can create? So first, as I first speaker has mentioned, it can create material technology, communication technology, and many other benefits. However, we think that it will create
Last chance.
environment monitoring. This is the most important innovation the space exploration can create. The space exploration purpose is to find new things outside Earth, yeah? But like in the current society, because of the rising problem of the global warming, we believe that scientists are trying to find other planets where people can live in order to, which is the purpose of this space exploration as we think. And we believe that this will happen less in the opposite society because there's less funding and there's less advanced technology in the opposite society, and there will be less development in our society. This is out of order. Please look at the time. And it's less developing, which is the reason why we take this first class show. And moving on to the second class, which side creates a better society where we can get benefits for innovatively and economically. However, in the government society, we have said that we can prevent economic benefits because we will make international cooperating with other country and company which can meet that. In our first speaker, we have mentioned that in our clarification, we said that we will cooperate with other countries and with other space exploration in order to give more funding for the space exploration to advance. And we also said we will use resources in our society, which is the reason why we take this economic, and because we have innovation of space exploration more developed than the opposite society, we think we take this second class shot. And for this reason, we believe that we take this class shot, and I'm proud to propose. Thank you.
Do you want to live in a world where companies are falling and citizens are losing their jobs? No, right? So in order to prevent that, you should go for ourselves. So first, moving on to my points. The opposite side's arguments were national security and like. But how can you guarantee there will be danger that soon that even we have to fund now? Because that was the only explanation that they have provided. Second, they said we should have innovation to make more better space exploration. But like the world isn't like perfect enough to aggressively and for the government to aggressively fund the space exploration. So third, the previous speaker has stated that the current funding is not enough. But first, so if you think it's not enough, why would the government or like have you seen a case where the government nowadays have funded aggressively?
You sir.
No. So and moving to the classes, who benefits the citizens more? So that will be ours the house because why? This is because we will make a world where there are fewer jobs. Then why would there be fewer jobs? That will be because the government would have funded aggressively on space exploration and technologies. I completely disagree on aggressively funding. Don't you see why their side is fundamentally flawed? Their side is not knowing the fact that the world is imperfect. Then why would it make the world worse when the world is imperfect?
POI, sir.
Yes.
What is your clarification? As we asked in the deputy speaker, what is your clarification of aggressively funding?
So it means like almost almost spending many resources to support one subject. So do you want to make a world where most jobs would disappear? Then it would be a more flawed and worse world just compared to the world in the first place. Their side is making a more imperfect and more flawed world. It will have a big and huge impact for the citizens while they are likely to lose their jobs because of the government aggressively funded the space exploration and technologies. Then however, the other side has stated that we should do innovation. But like, how does this make sense when we like this world right now is not perfect enough to make 100% to make aggressively funding, but there are other alternatives which will benefit society more. Moving to a second class, which is
sir.
no. who benefits society. So that'll be ours of the house because it will make a society where there are more jobs like lost in their side, but we will make a world where by not aggressively funding space exploration, we will make a better world by helping the world to be a better world by donations or charity or other things. However, the other side has stated that we should innovate and national security. That doesn't really make any sense. Looking at the status quo, we have to make a world where it is perfect enough that the government can aggressively fund space exploration in the first place. Making so our side weighs more because our side is way more urgent than the other side is talking about in their speech. So like I have a question and also operator for their side, which is why is national security and innovation more urgent than making a more perfect world that the government can even make can aggressively fund on those subjects. Thank you for listening. Yeah, it's usually like a little bit of world where finance is not there and other donors are not donated to. Just this is what you can look at for the other side. So basically I like to go so I like to enter the sorry. Can I restart my speech? My
Sure, okay. It was only 20 seconds, so
it's okay. So I like to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Judge, would you like to live in a world where finance and other alternatives are not there? Judge, this is a world you can live in if you vote for the other side. So I like to go over mainly 3 questions today. Why we won, why they lost, and why we won the Sunday clash. So number 1, why did we win? So we give more benefits to stakeholders. We give them a good economy. We give them we give society a better donation products and we also give society a better world in general. So Judge, we give them a better economy. We give them an economy that they actually need instead of having an economy where we're just going into space, which won't provide a better economy. But we give them the we give society other donations that actually matter. The other donations that actually matter just is the donations to charity. As charity, people don't have a lot of money, but the government should be donating to charity instead of the companies, instead of space exploration programs, because private companies, again, in opposition stance, as our elder said, private companies are already donating the to the space exploration programs. That said in the info slide as we got the motion for this debate. So Judge, the second question, why they lost? Well, we asked the why make the government donate if the other private people are already donating? We asked this to the deputy prime minister, and the deputy prime minister said government will just be a boost. Once again, the private companies are already enough of a boost to actually give to the space programs, right? Just they failed to engage. Also, they didn't peel ice. They didn't rebut to any of our arguments, right? Just and also the problem to the point that the need for the government is funding at this. But funding is actually needed at this point. Sure, we needed that in the last century, but not anymore, just because we already have private companies. Again, info slide, private companies already donating, right? Just the worst part of the problem is they don't actually aggressively fund. They make them not trade-offs. They don't know there's a cost to aggressive funding. So they just give a flimsy case of saying that they will fund based on the resources available, but not increase taxes. Where are we gonna get those resources? They are never explained where that money comes from. They also have the same access to the money in the world. We would use it for education, public health, and other greater needs. This private space exploration is already going so well. So why even the central clash? The central clash in this debate was which side helps stakeholders more. Government side gives us national security and economy benefit. First of all, national security is not related to the motion. I think the speaker forgot that the motion is this house believes that space government should aggressively fund space programs and judge they give us the fact that the economy benefit. First of all, just we give it better because in our world we actually use this leftover money for economy. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Panel, in today's debate, government side mainly argued about the long-term benefits that we will actually earn, and the opposition side mainly argued about the point that it's better to donate that will actually matter. Before giving my points, we would like to give some rebuttals respectively against the deputy leader of opposition and the reply speaker of the opposition side. Opposition side starts to assume that space companies and developing them is not important in the first place, but gives an example of food companies. What is this in the first place? Panel, opposition side is disregarding the importance of science. Science in today's society is so important, such as they could help create vaccines, etc., etc. Opposition does not acknowledge the importance of science in today's debate. Thus, they still don't give clarification about aggressive funding, which is why they follow our team's case in today's debate, which is why we bring this debate on. Moving on to my points, why we brought this debate on. Which side will have a better word with better alternatives? Opposition side's whole point in today's debate is that it's better to use the money for charity. Though their whole point already lacks by the point of our PM, because we have already proposed a case where we will mostly not use the tactics of citizens, but we will use the resources that we already own today. So our team's donations still happen, but at the same time, development will happen within the science experience also. So which side is actually better? Only donating for charity, or but donating also for charity and science development and hoping for long-term benefits? It's actually beneficial for living on our side, right? So we think that we bring this debate on. They also mentioned if companies were boosted, the exploration. Oh, they also mentioned about the point where private companies are already the boost, so we don't need government's intervention. However, if companies were boosted, the exploration development should have been done in the first place. But we don't. Also, panel, we don't know where the idea of private companies will suddenly fund the science exploration actually come from in the first place. They don't give any analysis on top of the point, which leads that their whole case and the main important case about charity and private companies will actually fund that does not stand and flaws in today's debate. Our team's moving on to extensions, our team's first argument, investing in space exploration, is essential for bolstering a country's national security and enabling the development and maintaining of technological superiority. Space-based assets, including satellites, play a crucial role in facilitating communications and early warning systems that are instrumental in safeguarding against potential threats to national security. By investing in space exploration, government can leverage advanced technology and capabilities to incent their to gain a strategic advance in monitoring and responding to security threats effectively. Furthermore, the ability to deploy and maintain rapid communication and precision targeting, consequently strengthening the country's defense, happens more on our side, right? Ultimately, prioritizing investment in space just happens more on our side, which is the benefit why we brought this right now. Investing in the space industry can lead to creation of high-paying jobs, foster technological innovation, and stimulate overall economic growth. Collaboration, like with programs like NASA, private space companies, enables the government to drive economic development and maintain competitiveness in the global market. The space sector offers opportunities for diverse industries such as aerospace, telecommunication, and material science. Which society is actually a beneficial panel? We think that it's our side because we actually provide every benefit that opposition side owns in space. Right? And we have extra alternative. Therefore, we're part of both.